Welcome class 6 in physics. Right after half yearly, we are going to study chapter 4, that is energy. Okay. Now this chapter has the first topic, machines. You must have seen those videos that I had posted earlier. In that I have described in some videos what is a machine. Now you also have it in your book, and as you can see in the cover page of this chapter, you have been shown some machines. Now these are each a machine. This is an inclined plane, a slope which is inclined. Incline means a slope which makes an angle with the horizontal surface. Then you have, this is a lever, okay, this is a wedge. Wedge is any sharp tool. Then you have screw you must have seen, it looks like a nail in which there is a winding thread. Then you have pulley consists of a wheel over here fixed to an axle. So likewise you have a wheel and axle arrangement. These are all simple machines. You can see heading simple machines. But in general, what is a machine? Anything that you use to do any kind of work which makes your work easier, or which makes you accomplish your work in a shorter time than the time that it would have taken for you without using that particular thing. Anything that you use which helps you to do the work easily and in less time is a machine. Even for that matter, a stick can become a machine. If you are using a stick to pick up some plastics from the ground, in your SUPW period, sometimes maybe your teacher had taken you outside your class and told to pick up leaves and some waste plastics. What you have to do? You have to bend down, right? Then bending down makes you work more and makes you strain your body. But if you're using a stick, you don't have to bend down, right? You just have to use the stick, poke with the stick the plastic object, and then you can pick it up without bending. So for that matter, now that stick becomes a machine for you because that stick is making your work easier. All right. So anything that makes your work easier and or makes you work faster, that thing becomes a machine. All right. So the definition of machine is given in your book. Machine is a device that allows a small force to overcome a larger one. Now the small force is given by you, so it is known as effort, and the larger one that you're overcoming is the load. Like suppose you're made to pick up plastics, and if you're using the stick, that stick is your machine, so you are giving small force on the stick only. You don't have to bend down. When bending down, you have to strain your muscles of your hips, right? So along with your hand, you're using your hips also. But when you're using the stick, you're not bending anymore. So only a little bit of force you have to give to the stick only. So that small force is called the effort, and that large one which you are overcoming is the load, the plastic. The plastic in that case is the load. To overcome that load, you are using the effort. So that was just an example that I gave about machines. So in general, what is a machine? Machine is a device that allows a small force which is called effort, which is given by you, to overcome a larger one, that is the load. Alright, so two things are here over here. You can see effort and load. You can see in this definition also effort and load have been used. So what are these? Effort is the force that is applied to the machine. Like in that stick example, you're holding the stick, you're applying force on the stick. So that force that you're applying on the stick or applying to the stick becomes effort. Load is the force that the machine applies on the object. Now you have given some force on the stick, which is the machine, so that is passed on to the load. In that case, plastic that you're lifting it up. No? So load is the force that the machine applies to the object. So load won't get that force unless you provide the effort to the machine, right? So in order to do any object, first of all you have to apply some effort to the machine. Then that machine will pass on that force of the effort to the load. Okay, so effort is the force applied to the machine, load is the force that the machine applies to the object. All right, keep that in mind. Now without the machine, the effort would equal the load. That means, in other words, you have to give more force if you have to overcome that task without the machine. So while you're using the machine, you are giving less effort as compared to that you would have given without using the machine. All right. Now machine is actually divided into two sections depending on how many spare parts are there in that machine. If a machine has many spare parts, then it is called as a complex machine. But if a machine has two or three or very few moving parts, then it is called as a simple machine. You can actually define complex machine as a combination of many simple machines. So what are complex machines? These are complex machines. See, this is what a sewing machine. Inside a sewing machine, if you were to open the nuts and screws of this outer cover, inside if you see so many wheels, so many moving parts are attached to each other. Each moving part is a simple machine. So since this whole thing is made up of so many simple machines, then this is a complex machine. Similarly, a tractor. Oh, you cannot imagine how many spare parts a tractor might have. So each part is a simple machine that is all tied up to each other and it makes a complete tractor. The complete tractor is a complex machine. Similarly, an aeroplane is a complex machine. Cycle also is a complex machine. All right. So depending on how many parts are there in the machine, that machine can be either a complex machine or a simple machine. Simple machine has very few or just one moving part, whereas a complex machine has many simple machines combined together. All right. So today we will keep till this much only to just the introduction of what is machines. Now you might be thinking why in energy chapter we have machines. Now machines do some work for us, right? And to accomplish that work we need energy. So that's how it is tied. Energy is tied to machine. Okay. That we will learn in the classes that will follow. Thank you for attending today's class.